Guys, we are back with conversations with TRaynard, Latoya.
Yep, I'm here.
All right, in the ATL, shawty.
ATL, yes.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so now you mentioned in the first segment, you thought I forgot. You said you
Oh, here
got
we
your
go.
eye on a couple of folks and a couple of booze and all of that. So what's that about? So are you like a free agent out here?
Not necessarily a free agent, but
What does that mean?
I mean, I'm not out here looking. Like I'm not out here prospecting or
Okay.
trying to find.
So you say you already got a team lined up, and it's just a matter of
Yeah, I
you
got a
choosing
team
the
where
one.
teams lined up, ready to play. I'm just trying to, figure out best player to put in.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. So, player from the Himalayas, huh? It's like that. So in dating, what are some of the red flags, things that you see? I think you alluded to earlier that if that man doesn't have that grind or that hustle that
Right.
matches yours, that's a turnoff.
That's a big turnoff.
Okay.
Yes.
What else?
Um.
You mentioned signs of infidelity.
Yes. Well, I'm not going to say necessarily signs of infidelity. I can see them now and not be turned off, so to speak, but I can see them and be like, oh, well, I know what he's doing, but it's not necessarily a turn off because we're not together.
Right.
Now, I would say another turn off is I like traditional dating. I'm a traditional girl. I like traditional qualities. So if the first time we interact, it's come back to my house and it's like, no, yeah, you're out. Like, it's
Really?
just that quick. Yeah, it's just that quick.
But what if I want to show you like the new hardwoods I
No,
put down on
take
my
a picture
floor?
and send it to me.
No.
Just take a picture and say, look at these hardwoods on our floor. And I'm
Uh-huh.
going to say, oh, those are ugly or those are nice. I'm going to say either one. But,
Right.
it's just, it's, they want it so, well, they have the availability to get it so quick. They think every girl is easy.
Well, and honestly, that's exactly what I was going to say. When a man comes across a woman that is like, you have to wait, you're looking at her like, what?
Right.
Because in this day and time, that's not what happens. And this has happened to me. There are times where you want to plan a date and you come upon the day and they're like, you know what? Instead of going out, let's just Netflix and chill. So to a man,
Yeah.
that's cold.
It's easy. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's just too easy.
So you definitely believe in the courting process.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So how many times does he have to take you out before y'all can
It's
Netflix and chill?
It's not a number of times. It's the quality of the person. I'm going to find you out because I'm very observant. So I'm going to sit back and I'm going to watch you. I'm going to watch your facial expressions when you talk to this person versus this person and talk to me. How are you going to act on this date? I may ask you a question 3 different ways to see what kind of answers I'm going to get. I'm
Right.
definitely going to feel you out.
Right.
So by the time it even gets to a Netflix and chill, I'm going to already know if we're ever going to Netflix and chill.
Okay.
So that's just kind of how I am.
Do you ever ask men out on dates?
Never.
Really? You think there's something wrong with that?
I don't think there's necessarily something wrong with it, but it goes back to letting a man be a man. That to me, me asking a man out. Well, okay, it's different levels. If I just meet you and I ask you to go out on a date, that's a little much. Now, if we've been talking for a year and I say, hey, come on, let's go to XYZ, then
Yeah.
that doesn't feel like I'm asking you out on a date. I'm just asking to do something with you.
But let me ask you something though. Why does it matter at the end of the day? Why does it matter? Who
Because I
asks who?
feel like the man has to hunt the woman. It just has to be that way. I don't like it when women just feel like they have to be so aggressive towards a man because now you're taking his role. You're not letting him be a natural hunter as what he is and going for the strongest, most desirable female that he wants. You're not allowing him to do that.
But you know what often happens, and I'm guilty of this as well, is I'll miss the signs. I'm thinking, okay, this person and I were just doing business, or this person and I we just cool. Not understanding that they're flirting with me because as men, we have one track minds.
Right.
Right. So if we're thinking about business and this is now, don't get me wrong, we're not blind.
Right.
But at the end of the day, one of the things we've learned is not to mix business with pleasure. So
Right.
we're not even thinking that.
Right.
Or if we're out and you smile, we just think, okay, you're being friendly. So sometimes it takes that woman to say, "Hey, how you doing? You know, would you like to go out sometime?"
Oh
And,
gosh, no. And
but
you would say yes?
hell, well, it depends on how she look. Yeah, I would be like, "Yep."
No. I feel like I've never had. If I like someone strong enough, I've wind up dating them without saying a word because I feel that what is it 90% of communication is nonverbal. I don't have to verbally say to you I'm interested in you. You can get that vibe just by us being in the same room. Maybe the way that I look at you, maybe the way that I turn into you. It's different signs that you can tell. So to have a woman say, "Oh, come on, let's go out on a date," it's just like, okay, well, what's your job? You want me to pay too?
What's wrong with paying too?
Oh my goodness.
What's wrong with paying too?
No, a woman cannot pay for a date. What is
Wait,
it? What is his job?
You say the first
Okay,
time.
not the first time, but
Okay.
the first couple of
Okay,
tens of
so okay,
hundreds of times.
so let me get this right. So you want us to pay tens of hundreds of times? We had to ask you out tens of hundreds of times.
Yes, you have to do your job.
Okay, but we can't get none.
Not if I'm asking you.
Oh.
Not if I'm asking you out on a date
look.
and I'm.
Look, if I'm paying tens of hundreds of times and you're ordering off the side of the menu that says seasonal, oh, you know what's up.
Oh,
But
no,
soon as you tell the waiter you want that particular fish and it's seasonal, because it don't have a price beside it, which means it's high as hell. I'm like, hey, you know what that means, right?
Okay, so if a woman asks you out and she pays for your date, what's your job?
Shit, I mean, to eat and to...
What's your job? I mean, what's your job at the end of the day? You want her to open your door too?
No,
like,
no,
where are we going?
no.
Where are we going with this?
Okay, but here's my point, though. The point I'm trying to make is I think sometimes we have breakdowns in relationships because we fall on traditional values. Those traditional values were established because we saw our mom and our dad do those things, but we live in a different day and time.
You live in a different day and time
adapt.
because these women are coming more aggressive and becoming more independent and they're becoming more hoes. So therefore, because if she's going to say, "Oh, you want to go on a date?" I mean, she might as well just say, "Well, come, let's go Netflix and chill."
Okay, that is so wrong.
That is not wrong.
Ladies, please don't listen to her.
That is not
just
wrong.
Just because you ask a man out does not make you a hoe.
I didn't say it not like that, but it doesn't. I'm just saying you're used to quick and easy relationships.
Just because she asked me out, it does not mean that it's quick and it's easy. What I'm saying is she's someone that says, "Hey, would you like to get together for dinner?" To me, I don't feel like she's taking my manhood whatsoever.
But she's not going to ask you like that. You just said, "Come on, let's go Netflix and chill."
No,
like, what is that?
No. That's different. No, I'm not talking about that. Netflix and chill, yeah, we know what time it is. I'm saying a woman that's like, "Hey, you know what? You're back in town. Let's get together on Wednesday for drinks." Like, what's wrong with that?
So who's paying when you get there?
I mean, it doesn't matter. And my thing is, if you are a boss chick, right, and women are making more money than we are, really, you can't pay for drinks.
But the money but you just said the money has nothing to do with it.
Right, but I'm saying if the check come and I'm looking at you, you looking at me, I'm looking at you, you looking at me, like you're gonna have an issue if
it's a date, it's different. Now if it's a mutual hangout, I'll pull out and pay for what I gotta pay for and you pay for what you gotta pay for.
Okay, why you can't pay for mine? Why we gotta split?
I mean, I'm not saying I can't, but I'm just saying if it's not a cordial date, then
okay, look.
I go out with my homeboys all the time. I'm not paying for theirs. I'm not paying for their stuff.
No. But we're talking about a date though.
All right.
But you know, I think what this is, this is what we call a pretty girl problem.
No.
Okay,
not.
Because pretty women get out there and men deal with all of that just because of the way y'all look.
No. I don't think that's it.
Okay, now you say you're from South Carolina?
Yes.
Okay, that work in South Carolina. That don't work here in the ATL. You'll find yourself
what's the ratio?
like 20 to 1.
No. I just have to move somewhere else.
But honestly, you know, I do feel that, you know, but to me that's the same as men saying the woman should be in the kitchen cooking. The woman should always take care of the kids. You know, whatever I say go. You know, to me, I think that when we go into relationships with those expectations, then it causes problems because what happens, you set the bar of expectation. When that person doesn't do like your daddy used to do, then in your eyes, he's less of a man or he's not as compatible as a mate, and so you dismiss him. And I don't know that that is fair.
Okay, so what's the difference between the woman setting the expectation that she wants her door opened, that she
Nothing.
wants to be picked up, for dinner or whatever,
Nothing.
and you get out? So what's the difference between that expectation and then the expectation of, if we go the way that I was raised, and you did just touch on the point, the way I was raised, if it's a male present, the woman does not come out of her purse. So if I'm out to eat and I'm out to eat, let's just say my dad, I say, come on, it's my son's birthday, let's all go out, and he's there, he would wring our neck if we pulled out to pay for him. He's paying for the whole table. It's just what's going to happen. So,
but just because the men in your family, that's how they operate, is it really fair to put that same expectation on this new man? For two reasons. One,
all the men in my family also open doors. All the men in my family. I can't pick and it's hard for me to sit back and pick and choose and say, oh, okay, well, I want to have all of this as a standard, but I'm going to let this go.
Right.
So who's to say that this part isn't right? Why should I change that because of the way the new millennium is going? Because I also feel like that has something to do with the women becoming more, because I'm speaking to different guys, and they say they've allowed women to pay, but they feel funny about it. They're like, I'll let you do it, but it makes me feel kind of funny. And it has nothing to do with their manhood or anything like that. It's just customary. It's just something that...
You know what I've appreciated? I've appreciated women say, you know what, you're paying, would you like for me to leave a tip?
Okay, now that's different.
And I appreciate them asking. I say, well, no, I got it. But then also, what I appreciate is, and one of the issues that men have, and I'm going to say this and we're going to go to break.
Okay.
You have women who have a team of booze set up.
Oh, here we go.
Okay. and so they date this one on Monday, this one on Tuesday, this one on Wednesday. Okay. And what happens? We're sitting there taking you out on dates continuously when you knew after 2 dates that I was just going to be your homeboy. But you want to try this restaurant, you want to go to this concert, you want to do this.
So you're trying to say that women use.
Right. And so as men, we like, hey, we love it when a woman says, you know what, you've taken me out to dinner for the first 3 or 4 times. Then I tell you what, this next dinner is on me. So hold your thought.
Got it.
This is TRaynard and Latoya. We'll be right back.